All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. It's Going Turns. This is like the 7th time I've done this or something like that. I don't know. My mind is just going everywhere today. I don't know what's going on. But I want to welcome you to my channel. It's Going Turns. And today we're going to be doing another destination date night, which I have come to really adore. Okay. And what we do here is we pick a state or a city or something. I've done Africa. I've done a lot of places, New York. And we make some food that is unique to that area, right? And I have really been enjoying doing this. Yeah, we got some good food around the United States that we all don't know about. And it's cool to try some of the recipes. And like, even sometimes I do a little twist on them. But it's always something good. Y'all know how to cook around this damn country. They do. Okay, so today we're going to be visiting the state of Colorado. And Colorado is one of my favorite states. I love me some Denver. If I was given the choice, if I had to move from St. Louis, I would choose either Denver or San Diego. Denver being the #1 city that I would move to. I love Denver. We've been there a couple of times. And every time I go, we just enjoy ourselves. We just do. And the homes there are beautiful. They have some beautiful architectured homes. And it just is so laid back. And the mountain views are incredible. It's just great, right? So I love the state of Colorado. So that is where we're going to be going today on our date night. All right, so let me tell you a couple things about the state of Colorado. So Colorado is known as a centennial state. And do you know why that is? It is because they became a state in 1876 on America's 100th birthday. So they joined 100 years before I was born, because I was born in 1976 on the bicentennial. And it's been a ride, y'all. So the way I think about things, because I always tell people, like, I'm so proud of the year that I was born. I don't know why. Because you should be. But I was born in 1976, and I feel like everybody that came in that year, like, we've had a hell of a ride. I mean, some of the stuff that we have went through, 76ers, has been unfreaking believable. Okay. And I know everybody else has done went through if you was born in 74, y'all, the fellow passengers that came in this mug together. Okay. We came in this together in 1976. And like I said, we've seen a lot change. A lot. I mean, yeah, we were like it was just a unique year to be born in. So hopefully I can make it to the next one. You know what I'm saying? Let's hope I can make it to work, one of my 100. I don't know, but as long as I got my wits about, I would love to do that. But at some point, all of us 76ers are gonna be gone. So, and keep enjoying that ride that we are on. Okay, it's going up and down and never narrow roads. Sometimes we even have veered off and had to correct that thing. It was just going, and you know how you got to stir your wheel back. We've done that a lot. Let's hope we can do that again, because we are going all the way off the road lately. So. I mean, like I said, a long ride. We have been on this planet 49 years. I am going off in one of my tangents, but you should love the year you were born in. Because like I said, it's a group of y'all that came in here together. And depending on what year you came in here, man, y'all have seen a lot. Okay. So let's talk a little bit more about Colorado. Colorado is also the area where the Four Corners meet, which we've been there as well. And those 4 states are Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah. But you can like stand in all those states. You know what I'm saying? It's just like an area that is where all those 4 states meet. And there was a movie that was a comedy that was filmed there. It was hilarious. I just cannot remember what movie it was, but they had like a TP, and they had went out after dark to do something. And it was like all these police from different, it was just weird. I can't even describe it. But yeah. So also Colorado has more craft breweries, yes, I said it that way, per capita than any other state. That's probably why y'all so happy there. Yeah, that's probably why. Okay, they also say that the cheeseburger was trademarked in Denver. See, I don't really like cheeseburgers, but I eat them. And I know that's what we're going to be doing here today, but it's going to be a different variation. But y'all trademarked that cheeseburger. I get it. You just took a burger that they already had and put cheese on it and was like, okay, I'm trademarking that. I wonder if that's how it went. Okay. Also, did you know that Colorado was the only state to have ever turned down hosting the Olympics game? What? And do you know when they rejected it? They rejected a bid to host the 1976 Winter Olympics in Denver. They must have been like, she coming. It would have been me. Okay. The state has an estimated 1,500 ghost towns, remnants from the mining era. That's cool. The Rocky Mountain Bighorn sheep is the state mammal. The lark bunny is the state bird. And the Palisade peach is one of their favorites. And that is what we are here today. It's exclusively grown in Colorado. So that brings us to why we are here today. We have come together in holy cookery to make the dessert that we're going to be making today. And today we're going to be doing a peach crisp cupcake. All right, y'all. So we're going to make these cupcakes. Okay, so let's start this off here. You're going to need, I'm making a small batch recipe here. So you're going to need 4 tablespoons of butter, or a 1/4 cup of butter, softened. Let me get this. One egg. And room temp. Okay. A 1/4 cup of sugar. All right, then we're going to blend this together here. All right, so you need a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. And then we're going to add our dry ingredients. You need a 1/2 cup of flour. And I'm using cake flour here today. And this is a 1/2 cup. Just put the rest of it in. It'll be fine. Okay, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Let me put the top back on this. A 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. All right. I'll sift this in and we're going to combine. All right, next I'm going to add in about a 1/2 cup of peaches. And then you want to fold that in. You know what? I think I'm going to add more than that. I think I'm going to add just 1 peach. Let's add 1 peach. Remember, we're going for that peach cobbler feel here. All right, let's get these in our cups here. Okay, so now, if you want, it's optional. You can add about a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon to your batter here. And I did that. So I added about a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. And then I'm going to scoop this into the batter, into my cups here. You want to leave a little bit of room at the top because we have to put on a crumble on top. And then my mom and everybody usually get my leftovers. If you were ever wondering, like, what do you do with all that? I give it away. My family, I give, especially my mother and my stepfather will come and pick it up. And it'll provide food for them for a while, which is good, so they don't have to cook because they are getting older. Just like we all are, you know. So I think that's good that they can come pick up the leftovers. So I'm going to keep doing it as long as I'm able, because it actually is doing some stuff for a couple people. You know what I'm saying? Me making the food. Okay, let me get a scrape here on the side. And then we're going to mix up the crisp that goes on top. All right, now I'm going to make the topping, the little crunch topping for our cupcake. So you want to put in 2 tablespoons of butter. This is a 1/4 cup of, not a 4th, this is an 1/8 cup of flour. an 1/8 cup of quick oats. And you need an 1/8 cup of brown sugar. Actually, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. A 1/4 cup of brown sugar. So there's 2 of these. And also, you need a little bit of cinnamon. 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. Right now, you want to mix this together here until you get a nice crumble to form. And it's even easier to use your hand. Okay, so I got another 1/8 cup of flour here. I'm gonna mix this together. My husband's home. He's going down. And where are you going downstairs to get something to put on?
Yeah, it's stuff to put on here. I was just throwing these dirty clothes in.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna bring my cupcakes over. Then we're gonna add some crumble to the top here. And you just want to put this evenly over the top of your cupcakes. All right, now these are going to go in the oven at 350 for about 18 to 20 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to make a really quick icing to go on my cupcakes. So I have about a 1/2 cup of sugar here, and then I have some evaporated milk. Put in about a tablespoon, about 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm gonna mix this up. Okay, so here are my finished peach crisp cupcakes. So what I want to do next, I made that ice in there. And then now I'm just going to drizzle some icing on. Because you can't have peach crisp without some kind of icing, right? What you think?
You know you can't have no peach crisp without no icing on.
Are you going to try one of these now, or you want to wait till later?
Yeah, later.
All right, so I'm getting my cupcakes iced here. I'm dripping icing all on my stove.
Let it sit there and set.
Now, don't worry. Y'all gonna get to see what these look like, and he gonna tell you what they taste like.
Let it set up. Get real sexy.
These came out pretty nice. So there's peaches, fresh peach in each cupcake. You go down in there. As soon as you break down in that cupcake, it's got all peaches. And then we got a nice streusel topping with granola and a homemade icing.
You're very talented.
All right, y'all, here. What you say?
You're very talented.
So are you. And these are the finished peach cobbler or peach crisp cupcakes. Okay, so we're gonna be trying these later, but this is our date night in a Colorado dessert. They have the Palisade peach. So I made peach cupcakes. All right, y'all. Okay, so what you saw me add in this bowl was a 1/2 cup of warm milk. You're gonna need an 1/8 cup of sugar. I added half of my eighth cup, and I'm gonna add the rest there. And then 1 teaspoon of yeast. Okay, so you're also gonna need 2 eggs. And I'll go ahead and crack that in. Let's hope. I could feel that cracked wrong. That just felt weird. Toe. And then this is a half batch recipe as well. So you want to mix this together here. Okay, so now you want to add your first cup of all-purpose flour. Somebody was saying that they wish people would specify the type of flour. People just say flour when they making the recipes. Yes, they do, because the recipe. And then I also told I told the person you could substitute flours. You can, if you adjust your recipes, you can substitute any type of flour with. I'm not saying like just substitute immediately. I'm saying you can substitute any flour to the recipe that you want to make. But as far as like the flour thing, most recipes, if they say flour, they mean all-purpose flour. The only time they would, if it's another type of flour, they usually specify that in the recipe. So if I'm going to use like a cake flour while I'm making the flour, the cake, I'll say I'm using cake flour. If I'm making wheat bread, I'll say I'm using wheat flour.
Right.
But usually if it says flour, that means all-purpose flour. And that's just like, that's baking. That's baking. Right. You normally just, like I said, if it's a different type, you specify that in the recipe. So if I say flour, it means all-purpose flour. I'll say whatever it is. If it's a different type, but this is using all-purpose flour. First cup, you want to go ahead and mix that together. Okay, so now you want to add cup number 2. Okay. And then you also want to add your salt, and you need 1 teaspoon of salt. Now we're going to let this get kneaded in. Well, not kneaded, but mixed in. This teaspoon. And then we're going to add our butter. You're going to need 4 tablespoons of butter. So let's mix this in, and then we're going to start mixing in our butter. All right, so now I'm going to add 2 of the 4 tablespoons of butter. And go ahead and let that mix in well. Okay, so you can use up to 2 1/4 cups of flour. I'm going to put in another 1/8 cup of flour here. And then I'm going to let this knead now for about 10 minutes. All right, here's my finished dough. You know the whole routine. Spray your bowl. Nice dough ball here. Then you want to drop in your ball, cover, spray this a little bit too. Actually, I'm just going to get some of the oil to the sides of the bowl. Okay, and then I'm gonna cover this and then let this rise for about 1 hour to 2 hours, or until it's doubled in size. And then this should make about 4 buns, I think. Okay, y'all, so now I'm going to make my buns. So my dough has risen, and what we just gonna do here is gonna be really simple. I'm not gonna put down anything. I just have my parchment lined baking tray. This is the tray that my buns are going to be rising on. Put that down, and I'm just gonna cut this into 4 pieces. Okay. Okay, so we got that one looks smaller. Okay, now this is how simple we doing this. Like that. You want to form your balls here. And I'm going to put it down. You want to smooth it. That's what we're doing here to the bottom to make a nice sealed circle. Let's do it again. And I like to fold it into itself a couple times. And then start shaping. And last one. Okay, now I'm just going to press down a little bit. and smooth out. So you want to press down and smooth out. And then you're going to cover this again and let this rise for another 45 minutes to an hour. And then we're going to bake them and put together our hamburgers, our Pueblo Sloppers. All right, let's do the second rise. Okay, y'all, so here are our finished buns. So now you just need one egg. My husband's on the phone, so I had to close the door there so y'all wouldn't hear his conversation. But you need one egg and about a tablespoon of water. You want to whisk that together, and then you're going to brush the tops of your buns here. And it's at this point that you can put on any sesame seeds or onions, or minced onion or anything like that. I'm not going to put anything on these because we got that slopper sauce that is going to add all the spice and season I need. Okay, so you just want to brush the tops. And then I have my oven preheated to 350. I'm going to put these in for about 20 to 25 minutes. And I'll see you guys when they're done. All right, y'all, let's put the slopper sauce together. So we just going to combine everything into one pot and then just let it simmer until we're ready to eat dinner. So I have, 1 medium onion chopped. I got hiccups. What's going on? I got about 5 cloves of garlic, but you only need about 2 chopped. Minced here, and then this is 2 tomatoes chopped, and I'm just gonna add all of this into this bowl, to my pot. And some of that missed. All of this tomato is it was frozen. Pick this up. It's all gonna get cooked. Okay, so next you need 2 cans of green chilies, and I use mild green chilies. And then I have a can opener here. I told y'all I don't use electric can openers because if the electric go out, how you gonna open your cans? My husband is sitting in the chair falling asleep. I'm gonna try to keep telling him to go lay down. Okay, so that's 1, 2. All right, then you're also going to need a pork chop. You said what, babe?
If you're getting up at midnight days.
Yes, I know. And then what we want to do here is cut out this big bone that I can feel here. That's a big piece of bone. Yeah. You want to chop that and add it to your pot. This is slopper sauce for our Pueblo Sloppers. I had to look at my paper there. Okay. And add the rest of this pork. Okay, so next you want to add about 1.5 cups of chicken stock. I just cleaned all that off and I spilled more. Okay, and then we're going to let this simmer for about an hour or so until it starts to break down. And it's a sauce that you're going to put over your hamburger, so that should be really good. And then I didn't tell y'all to join us tomorrow for our live. We go out to, Sunday nights at 8, and we drive around. You go ahead and tell them.
Oh yeah, Sunday nights 8 o'clock. Be there or be square.
On TikTok, y'all.
On TikTok, where the cooler kids hang out.
Now, we are going to be doing some lives on YouTube as well. But right now, we doing that. Our TikTok is popping, y'all. Y'all should go over there and check it out if you haven't already. But yeah, we're going to be doing a live tomorrow. We want y'all to check us out over on TikTok. And then we're going to start doing lives on YouTube. I just got to figure out what we're going to do a live on and when. So, all right.
Also, I'm going to start taking you guys to work with me.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Today I went to the Buns Underground.
What's that?
It's a cave system where they put all these retail businesses.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. You didn't record it?
Yes.
Oh, did you?
I drove in there, yeah.
Oh, well, that's cool, y'all. That's going to be something unique.
It's coming. That video coming.
Okay, y'all, that's cool. We got another video coming that my husband did this time. What? Okay, so let me get this simmering. You want to put it, oh, you know what? I didn't put in my cumin and stuff. I just need to put in a couple teaspoons of cumin. Hold on just a second. Okay, so you want to put about a half teaspoon of fresh black pepper. A couple teaspoons of ground cumin. And a pinch of salt. 2 pinches. And a little bit of onion salt just for that extra onion flavor. All right, then you want to stir this, and then this is going to go all day. Not all day, but for a couple hours. Until we're ready to eat. Once we are ready to eat, we're just going to cook up the hamburgers, put our burgers together, and then this is going to go on top. Okay, so I'm going to get our brioche buns out. Ooh. All right, there we go. These are our homemade brioche buns. They look pretty good. I'm going to let these cool down. And then we're going to make our hamburgers and make Pueblo Sloppers. Let me show y'all the Pueblo Slopper sauce. It is all done. I have cut that off. All we got to do now is make our hamburgers. So this is going to be our date night in Colorado. It looks so good. It's just peppers with some pork, tomatoes, onions, garlic. And then you just make your hamburger. You put your lettuce, tomato, whatever you're going to put on it. Make your bun. You can put the top, leave it off. And then you just cover it in this sauce. That's going to be good. So, all right, y'all. Date night in Colorado. Homemade, quick brioche buns.
All right, so got my little, these are quarter-pound patties. I'm going to give it a little spray with the cooking spray. And we got quarter-pound patties. I'm going to throw these on in. And I'm going to season these with salt, black pepper, and a little garlic powder. Make sure you season both sides. All right, so I'm going to get these nice and flat and crispy. I gotta wash my hands. All right, so probably about 3 to 5 minutes on each side. Let them get a little char. Flip them 3 to 5 minutes. Flip them until they're done. We doing well, basically, you know. So let me see what they look like under there. Yep, brown. So season the other side. Go. All right, now smash them down. I think this is, it's 80-20 ground beef. Or it might be 70-30 even, but it'll do the job. It serves a purpose. You don't have to, for this. I'm gonna get rid of some of this grease. It's on. Huh? Okay, so it's time to flip again. All right, now they're looking nice. Smash them down. We're gonna grill press, steam, flip it over. Grill, press, steam, flip it over. That's how you get nice crispy burgers. Okay, so these are coming almost there. All right, we got the burgers about 3 minutes, 5 minutes out. All right, I'm gonna get ready to assemble. Now I'm gonna give her some more of this. I'm gonna flip these one more time. Almost there. I'm gonna throw my cheese on them. All right, we're gonna be assembling shortly here. Right back.
Okay, so now we're gonna make our Pueblo sloppers. So we have our homemade bun. Babe, you wanna cut this?
Switch.
Look at the green on that
That's
bread.
a nice looking bun. Look at the surface, how golden brown, shiny.
And then you want to put your hamburger on. Which one? That's the bottom. What about some pickles, onions?
use it all. Okay.
Good.
All right.
Okay, so now you want to put a little bit on to your hamburger first. I'll hold your top bun. Go ahead and put some of your slopper sauce. And that's green chilies with pork. What else is in there? Tomatoes,
pork,
onions,
garlic.
So you just scoop that over the top of your hamburger. You can put more on if you want, because it's supposed to be sloppy. All right, and then you want to put your top bun on, and then you slop down some of that sauce on top of there too. And this is called the Pueblo Slopper.
Looks good.
Let's hold that up so y'all can see this. And this is what we are having for dinner tonight for our date night in Colorado. So we having that for dinner, and then we're gonna have some chips with that. And for dessert, we got our peach crisp cupcakes. These things are good.
It's like little peach cobblers.
All right, y'all. So this is what we having for date night dinner. What are you having? Don't forget, like, share, and
subscribe.
Okay, so I'm gonna move my buns. My husband is going to try one of these cupcakes, so he'll let you guys know what they taste like. And then I'm gonna leave you guys with him. I'm gonna get in the shower. You can just use a spoon and eat it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got my milk.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in the shower, guys, and he's gonna make the hamburgers, and I'll be back. Let's see, I want to see what it looks like too. Oh wow, they look good.
Yep.
Let them see. Oh, they look good.
Smell like peach cobbler and cake and icing at the same time. Oh.
Is it good?
Oh, that's like a hug on the inside. A hug of warm peach goodness.
They look good. Look at that. Look down there. You see them peaches and fresh peaches. I'm gonna try a little piece.
That's like peach cobbler, man.
That's good.
Yeah. Glad I got this milk here.
Wow.
Let me see some.
Look down in there. See them peaches? That's good. Do Denver know dessert?
Huh?
Denver. This is from Colorado.
Oh. You better say Colorado no dessert.
Wow, that's good. So I'm gonna actually eat one of them for dessert, a whole one.
Shit, this will be before dinner snack.
All right, y'all. So I'm gonna go get in the shower. I will see you guys when I get out, and when we put together those burgers.